Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about this guy right here. This is the Gofree2 by Soundpeats. Some of you guys that have been around on this channel for a while might be thinking, hey, this looks kind of familiar. And you're right, because look at this guy over here. This is also the Soundpeats Gofree2, but they just sent this one out for review. What's going on here? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the details here. So basically what it looks like is that this is a somewhat of a refresher of the original Gofree2. Seems like it's mostly cosmetic. There's a facelift to the case itself. I will link the video to the previous review in the description below if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. But let's go over the set again, basically as a refresher. So the Soundpeats Gofree2 are a open ear design. So they're like little speakers that sit on the outside of your ear. They still hook on to your ear itself, similar to how IEM hooks hook on for, security, but they don't go in your actual ear. They just sit right outside of it. So this makes for a very unique transducer type. The way it delivers the sound, it's very different than pretty much anything else. So the Gofree2 are actually pretty comfortable. They're not invasive at all. Like, they just hook onto your ear. While they are sturdy and built well and a little hefty, they don't feel that bad at all. They're very ergonomic, and it doesn't feel like it digs in at any point. There's no pressure points, no tension. So they fit fine. Still a little bit heavy. Keep that in mind. The form factor gives you a little bit of versatility in that regard. You have something that's not going to plug up your ear, so you can use in situations where you want to be aware of your surroundings, but at the same time, it's not super big and cumbersome, like, a over-ear headphone or something, of that nature. So the Soundpeats Gofree2, which they're calling this the Pearl Black Edition, which the main difference is the case. The case is glossy and has a grayish, blackish, pearlescent finish. It's really pretty. It's set to release today, technically tomorrow, because I'm recording this the night before, because I like to leave things until last minute. It releases tomorrow, and it'll be debuting at $64-ish. Right now I'm looking at the listing on Amazon, $63.49. I do believe that there should be coupons on initial release. They'll do some coupons or discounts. That's one of the best times to grab one of their products, because it's a new hype, whatever. But if it's something that you're interested in and that's something that you're actually looking to purchase, there's usually a pretty decent discount on release. So keep that in mind. They might be discounted. They probably will be discounted. So what do you get for your $60-ish? Not much. It is a plain unboxing. You open this up and the case is just sitting there. And in the case, you get your earphones. That's pretty much it. Other than the cable, there is a short, generic, cheapish cable for charging, but it's a USB-C cable, so feel free to use whatever you have. As for charging, it charges pretty quick. I didn't have any issues, waiting for them to recharge. I've had these for a long time now. I think it's been over a month. Soundpeats likes to send stuff out really early, so I actually get a lot of time to use the product itself, which is very nice, because at that point it's just like I get my initial impressions, and then I get like my review impressions, but then I get actual living with impressions. So little things that come up later or whatever, stuff that you notice, over the long term. It's always nice to have that insight. Also, just kind of know where it ends up falling in my, day-to-day use. For example, a previous set that I reviewed by Soundpeats, the Air 4 Pros, those completely took over my wireless earbuds slot. Like, I don't use anything else. If it's wireless, it's just that. So the Gofree2's Pearl Black Edition feature the same specs and capabilities as the previous model. So we still get Bluetooth 5.3, which has pretty good coverage. I find that it's usually affected the most by the device that you're using. So for example, my Samsung phone, it keeps signal fine. I have no issues. I'll go down to the bedroom over there. I'll go outside to the patio. Sometimes I'll go out to the front door because Sonny likes to just sit out there and I have to babysit him. So he'll be like meowing to go outside, and then we'll go outside in the 100-degree weather and he'll just sit there and look at the birds. And then as soon as anybody comes by, he just scurries back inside. He is the biggest scaredy cat. But yeah, going out there, then I'll go into, the restroom, which is, 2 walls that way and about 20 feet. It's fine. No issues there. I guess it also depends on like what's supported, because when I used it with other devices, I have some older devices. They probably don't make full use of the 5.3. It probably has to downgrade to a lower or an older Bluetooth codec. So keep that in mind. So the case holds 35 hours of charge, which seems about accurate. And the earbuds themselves are rated at 9 hours, like on a single charge. I was getting more than that. I do tend to be a lower volume listener, so keep that in mind, but I was getting more than that. It didn't feel like I was getting close to 9 hours. I was getting at least 50% more than that sometimes. But again, I am a low volume listener. Also, they are IPX5 rated, so they would be considered, moisture resistant, waterproof. So it'd be fine if you took these to the gym, sweat on them and stuff. Kind of weird to say that, but yeah, you guys sweating on your stuff at the gym, keep it up, get them gains, proud of you. So overall, build was great. That's one thing that I like about Soundpeats, their aesthetic. They usually have a theme with their look and it's very cohesive, so I do like their vibe that they go for. And then build is good. It feels solid. Like they don't feel cheap. A lot of their sets don't reflect the feeling with their price. They feel a little bit more premium and they look a little bit more premium. You got the classy neutral colors and then you get some copper-ish colors or gold colors. It's really nice, classy, sophisticated. But now we get into the more subjective stuff, like the sound. So out of the box, I did not like these. They were the same thing as the Gofree2s, the previous model. It's just the way that they're designed. That is one of their shortcomings. There's advantages and disadvantages to every transducer type. So Gofree2, the way that they give you sound causes the bass and the treble to roll off. So it's a lot of focus on the mids. Bass rolls off, you don't get much. You get some thump, you get that punchiness, but you don't get much rumble. And then on the other end, the treble rolls off. So you get a little bit of, upper mid intensity, pushes stuff forward, gives it some bite, but then the sparkle and the sizzle just kind of rolls off. Luckily, Soundpeats has their app, which I really like because it gives you plenty of options without giving you too many. And then at the same time, without giving you not enough. I have low demands for stuff like that. I just want something that works and is good. I don't want to be sitting there tinkering forever trying to, calculate the best possible experience. I want it to be intuitive. I want it to be fairly easy and simple. So Soundpeats, for me, their app does that. It's like right in between where it's almost too much, but just more than not enough. So it's nice. So keep that in mind. There is a few presets on there for different audio profiles. I like to boost the bass on these to give it more body and to make it feel more full. And that way it kind of takes the edge off of those mids, because sometimes, especially with like my music library, K-pop, or a lot of intense female vocals, these can feel kind of shouty, like where the vocals are very forward, and it can end up being a little bit too fatiguing. So giving it a little bit more bass, a little bit more body, smoothing things out, balancing things out makes it a lot better. You can tailor the sound to whatever you like, which is a big plus here. You also get like gaming audio where you can reduce latency. I didn't use these for gaming. Any type of gaming where you would take it seriously, I prefer wired. And then any wireless type of gaming, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever. It would be more casual stuff or immersive stuff. So with like watching videos, movies, TV shows, or just casual immersive gaming, I didn't really feel the need to cut down the latency and use the gaming audio, but it works. It does work. It makes it usable. It's still just a bit of delay, just like any wireless will always be, but it's still usable. So that was my experience with the Gofree2, which brings me to the rec rating. So keeping in mind the transducer type. So right off the bat, that should either make it or break it for you. If you're looking for this type of transducer where it's not going to be invasive, it's going to be very comfortable, open, breathable. If it's something for you, then this is fine. This is easy. Rec rating 2. It's not something I would rush you to go out and buy right away. Do some research. You won't lose anything by waiting for a sale. So you can wait for a sale, which again, like I mentioned, since it's going to be a new release, it might be discounted right now. But on the other hand, if this transducer type does not sound appealing to you, then complete deal breaker. There's no amount of trying to cope this design to fit your needs if it's not something you're already looking for. If you're used to the isolation and the higher fidelity of like IEMs or over ear headphones, and that's not something you want to give up, then you can go ahead and skip this. But again, open, breathable, comfortable. You can stay aware of your surroundings, still get the sound. These are pretty great. Like I mentioned before, I believe I mentioned in the last review that I use these for a lot of spoken word stuff. So like a lot of audiobooks or podcasts. These are amazing for that, throw them on, get in the kitchen where I belong, start cooking up breakfast for Ashley before she gets up. Like I can still hear around me, my son needs something from me, like he'll call me or something, I can hear him. If Sonny's asking for treats or food, I can hear him. He actually gets pretty upset sometimes when I have IEMs on and I don't hear him. He'll just sit there and meow, and then like I'll turn and I'll look and I'll just see him just sitting there on the floor staring at me, and then he'll just lock eyes, look, and then just meow. It's just dude's got an attitude. All right, I'm rambling. Rec rating 2. It's decent product. Soundpeats makes great stuff. My favorite from Soundpeats is still the Air 4 Pros. I use those every day. Those are my wireless option. So check these out. I'll have the links down in the description. And that's it, team. Thank you for stopping by. Please consider, subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, leaving a comment. Anything helps the channel. Thank you. I am Awesome Danny, and until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.